Alright folks, the wind is howling, but we're out here with a new presentation to fish. We always say match the hatch, and I don't think you can match the hatch any better for a flathead than fishing with a mullet. They love mullet. This is the ZMan Mulletron LT, available in a 4.5 inch and a 6 inch model, and it's a pre-rigged mullet with a line through rigging system for the hook. Let's take a closer look at it and get stuck into a fish. Another unique feature of the Mulletron LT is the packaging. So you can see there, we can take our packaging out, our hook is clear here, and we can keep that plastic well looked after, and that hook can hook onto our guide frame so we can rig it up ready for fishing. I'll get him out of the packet and I'll give you a closer look. Okay, so our line through rigging system. Basically we feed our line in through that nose entry point. It feeds through the tube inside, and then we tie our hook on. Once our hook's tied on, we just pull it back inside and push it up into that locking point in there, and our hook's locked in, ready to go. Now, because we're fishing a mullet, I'm going to put some Mullet Pro-Cure Super Gel on here. I can put a bit on the mullet itself, but also in the tail of this plastic, there's a scent slot as well. So we can push the nozzle of our scent into the plastic, and we can squirt a bit of scent inside that tail, and that's going to release slowly as that plastic swims. So there we go, I've pumped a bunch of scent into the slot in the end of that, the hole in the end of that tail. So that's our Mulletron LT ready to hit the water. Have a look at that tail in the water, it's epic. So this is the Mulletron is a slow sink design, so you want to give it time to get down there. So I'm basically just throwing a long cast with the wind. I'm going to give it some time to get down, and then I'm just going to fish it with a few different retrieves. So I'm going to give it a try on just a couple of lifts and a pause, so it swims up off the bottom, swims back down again, bumps its nose on the bottom, and then I'll give it another swim. I'm also going to give it a try with just a slow roll, so like looking like a mullet. So slow wind and a pause, slow wind and a pause, and just let it hit the bottom again, or get down around the bottom a bit, and then that lift and wind. Just experiment with a few different retrieves. Yep. What have we got here? We've got ourselves a platy to kick off with. Not a giant fish. You can see he's eaten that and dislodged the hook. Go down net under him. That is brilliant. Roll him into the net. So you can see that's not a giant fish, but he absolutely scoffed that 4.5 inch Mulletron. That is very cool. How's that? So there we go, there's our Mulletron, and a flatty that would be just legal, I reckon. You can see that Mulletron's come up the line, so as much as he shakes his head, he doesn't have the leverage of that plastic to throw that hook out of there. And that hook is right down in there. So we'll get our pliers and get that out. Alright, there we go. That guy has eaten the Mulletron LT. That hook is firmly in his mouth there. I'll get that out. And you can see that plastic has slid up the line because of its line through design. So that's the Bayou tiger colour. I love it because, to me, I call it Dirty Creek mullet. It's got that nice yellow about it, so that is very cool. So with the hook in the hook slot, that fish would have eaten the mullet down that far. A shake of the head, and that Mulletron LT's come out of there, and the hook is set. So I'll get that hook out of there. We'll send this little guy on his way. Righto, there we go. There's our Mulletron LT out of there, and our fish is on his way. That's cool. Alright, we are fish on. This guy has eaten it on the slow roll. Feels like a decent fish. ate that Mulletron LT 4.5 inch on a slow roll. He is not happy. Just going to keep him cruising across this way. Sorry about the wind in the mic. Oh, he's away. You can see that plastic has slid up the line, that Mulletron LT, so he can't use the weight of the plastic to shake that. He's a Trev. That's pretty cool. There's our Mulletron LT up the line. Come on, buddy, we'll let you go. How cool is that, guys? Nice little Trev on the Mulletron LT. Beautiful little fish, good fun.